Hey everyone, so I'm going to talk about Annihilation, the movie, not the book, that was just released, let's see, it was released 2018, which is this year. I'm on IMDb and I'm trying to find, okay, so it was released back in the 23rd of February of this year. My husband and I just watched it the other day. So on IMDb, it just says a biologist signs up for a dangerous secret expedition into a mysterious zone where the laws of nature don't apply. I did look into the trivia of the movie. The production company was really worried about actually how the movie was going to be received in the world because of I believe they said something about when they tested it after they finished making the movie, it was very intellectual, and a lot of times people don't really get to connect with that, and because they don't get to connect with that, they start to really not like the movie. I don't think it was that, I don't think it was that hard to follow, but that was just me. To me, it was a very different, it's a very fantasy, thriller, a little bit, there's some thriller, some mystery, sci-fi, some fantasy, I would consider it, but it is a lot more science fiction and fantasy, and it is very, very much into the science part of it. Yes, it's fictitious and all that stuff. However, the science part of it is very in-depth. So if you don't like that kind of movie where there is a lot of science, different branches of sciences, it might not be for you. But if you are into something like that, with some action, this is definitely a good mix. However, just to let you know that the science part of this story is very, very dominant. So you have to really pay attention to those little details. I love the fact that the story, majority of the story is really female cast. I love that, and they're not really portrayed as, oh, they're women. And I love that part because when you have a majority male cast, they're not really portrayed like, oh, we're men. Sometimes they do, but not all the time. So I really like that spin because a lot of times when you see other stories, other movies, when it is mostly women involved, there's always something about a feminist agenda, or we're women, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna be better, blah, blah, blah. It's nothing like that at all, which I totally love. The story was crazy. And I found out after watching the movie that this is based on a trilogy by Jeff Vandermeer. So the trilogy is called Southern Reach series, and Annihilation is in book 1. Book 2 is Authority, and book 3 is Acceptance. I love this movie from beginning to end. It was very complex, and I love the fact that there is just no boundaries when it comes to imagination, and that was really put in the book. In the movie, sorry. I never read the book, so I don't wanna mix that. I don't really know how this, how much this was built from the book. I would think a lot of it because it's really hard to portray something on live on a movie from a book because the book is so in depth. It can give you in-depth description of a whole room, and sometimes I don't know. A lot of times it's not 100% exactly from a book towards the screen, and I understand that, but So I'm kind of sidestepping on that, and I do apologize for that. But just so you know, I enjoyed this movie from beginning to end, as I said. For rating, 1 would be I won't recommend the movie, and the movie was a waste of my time, to 10, I completely loved it. Nothing I would change. I would actually give this an 8. It was really entertaining. It was very, very different. And I love that. I love to watch something in which you don't really kind of expect what the next move might be, or the 2 moves after, or the end would be. And I love that part. I love that, you know, I was on my toes, and I just love that. I also love the group that went in. I mean, that might be a little bit of spoiler, but I don't want to do a lot of spoilers, but the group that went in were all women. And just so you know, this would be a little bit of spoiler. They were pretty much like, they weren't the first people to go in, or the first group to go in. They've sent in different groups. They've sent in all men. They've sent in just different groups before these women. And there was only one survivor out of all of those before them. So, you know, it's a very dangerous mission that they're going to. So, again, just to emphasize, because what I'm looking at IMDb right now is the genres are adventure, drama, and horror. There's a little bit of drama, not really very heavy. Adventure, I don't know if I would call it adventure. Maybe adventure with some action. I don't call it a horror. Or to me, horror is really more of like, you know, other movies like It, or Halloween, or Scream, or The Occult, stuff like that. Like Hereditary, that would be horror for me. But this one, I didn't really think of it as horror, more of a thriller, mystery, very science fiction, very fantasy, very beautifully done. Everybody did a great job, I think. I mean, Natalie Portman is Natalie Portman, and she always does a great job. So, would I recommend this movie? Yes, completely. I would really give this a 2 thumbs up, because I enjoyed the movie. It was really good. It was fun and exciting and thrilling, and I love the mystery and finding out what's going on and all that stuff. It was great. So thank you so much for stopping by, and if you guys have any suggestions on similar kind of movies that I might be very interested in, or I would enjoy, feel free to do that down below. I would love to hear what you guys think about this movie, as well as what you might suggest from that. Bye. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please hit the like button, subscribe button, and the bell so you'll be notified whenever I do upload a new video. Don't forget to expand the description box, because as much as possible, I always try to get coupons for you guys, discount codes, and other goodies like that. I also have my Twitter information, Instagram, Snapchat, and for business inquiries, I have my email there as well. Thank you guys, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.